At 18 years old, I was a prisoner of my own fear. I'd become afraid of speaking in social situations, afraid to eat in public, afraid to sleep, afraid to leave the house, afraid to be in crowds. Soon, my fears became a trap, and I felt damned if I did and damned if I didn't. I told myself, this has to stop. You can't go on like this. Every day, your world is getting smaller. I figured it had to be like learning to swim. Just throw yourself into a lake, and if you don't kick and keep your head above water, then you drown. So I began my mission to conquer my fears. My motto became to do one thing every day that scares the hell out of you. My first big challenge was teaching myself to eat in front of people. I started by having a glass of water in a friend's house. That first glass felt like a swimming pool full of marbles. I summoned all of my strength, picked up the glass, and sang the contents into a single gulp. I felt so proud of myself. The biggest challenge I set for myself was to eat in a public place, not just in front of my friends. Eating in front of strangers was a whole new ballgame. The waitress brought over our food, and suddenly what should have been my very small and manageable sandwich felt like it had grown to the size of a caravan. My knife and fork felt like telegraph poles, and I was convinced I would choke. I took a deep breath, speared a mouthful of caravan with my telegraph pole, and said to myself, "Kick, don't drown." I swallowed, and I didn't choke. Now when there is an obstacle in my path, I remember that feeling of being terrified, and also the feeling of having conquered my fear. I never want to go back to that feeling of being trapped, so no matter what lands in my way, I kick, keep my head above water, and swim.